Would you rather have Ja or Giannis in these playoffs?
Giannis is Giannis. But we don't know what the hell Ja gonna be. Right now, I got Ja Morant as a top 2, top 3 MVP candidate right now.
Yeah.
Okay? Right in that conversation with Giannis, what I'm seeing from Ja Morant has me fantasizing.
Hey, yo.
Why am I even surprised at this point? We're not even that far from this.
No, not possible for him to be the face of the NBA. You can't be the face of the NBA if they can't pronounce your last name.
It's like, what the hell?
This is meant to be a quick video because I don't even know how much Stephen A. Smith believes what he is saying. And I hope you don't believe in this. Somehow we've become desensitized to Giannis' greatness, and we've forgotten. What is up, dudes, dudettes, ballers, players? It's your boy MJ. Drop a like for the MVP race. That should be everyone, cause it's really good this year. And to the 82% of y'all that still ain't subscribed, let's get that to Giannis' free throw percentage at 72, and please subscribe. Streaming on the gaming channel, that new Pokemon game gonna be fun, and I'm excited to hear your takes. We need to give Giannis his flowers. The guy who put up 50 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 blocks in the closeout game of the NBA Finals while, still handling the ball at the age of 26 last year is now suddenly less than the guy who we don't know what he's going to bring, Ja Morant.
What I'm seeing from Ja Morant has me fantasizing.
No disrespect to you, man, you've been great, but not MVP. If we take a look at Google Trends, we can see that Ja is more popular than Giannis. The MVP race has evolved. Steph was the runaway until the Dom curse, and, well, the slump is real. Durant is unfortunately injured, which leaves 3 players. The guy who can't shoot,
That takes no skill at all.
the boring guy who can't run fast, and Joel Embiid. Well, that's what the media would want you to believe, which again, I hope you don't. 3 international players. I've made a video on Nikola Jokic and why no one cares about him, and Joel Embiid is getting some credit. Only takes a streak like this, but we're here to talk about Giannis because what he's doing this year again is ridiculous. In just 32.7 minutes per game, he's averaging 28.6 points, 11.3 rebounds, 6 assists, 1.5 block while shooting 53% from the field and a 60.1% true shooting, and we're still not acknowledging him? For the past 5 years, Giannis has averaged 28.1 points, 11.7 rebounds, and 5.6 assists, won multiple MVPs, a defensive player of the year while being among the finalists multiple times, a finals MVP, the Bucks being a top team in the East, and so many of us have just become used to it. Maybe it's because Giannis doesn't believe he's better. Man's gonna have 7 MVPs and still think he's not better than Andre Miller.
Is Giannis the best player in the NBA? No.
So even when he's top 5 in the league in scoring, top 5 in rebounding, top 10 in blocks, top 5 in PR for years, fans, media, they all just got bored. To the point where they stop caring unless he breaks this new standard, not just maintains this high level. Never mind the actual improvement in his game, like his passing, his handling, his post fadeaway. No, it needs to be another big jump. It's similar to MVP voter fatigue, the phenomenon where one player wins MVP over and over, so people crave for something new. The first was with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who won the MVP award 6 times in 10 years. So they changed the vote from players voting to broadcasters and sports writers. Why they completely got rid of a player vote when people like this are allowed to still vote is crazy. Other examples include Michael Jordan in 1997, who was fresh off of winning MVP nearly unanimously in 1996. His stats dipped by less than a point, less than a percent field goal, and the Bulls won 69 games this year.
Nice.
Karl Malone averaged less points, less win shares, lost the finals to Jordan, but we don't care about the finals here, but won the MVP, even though he had a worse record. The next year, Jordan had the narrative, voter fatigue was gone, and he won it again. You potentially could say the same about LeBron in 2011. He had won it in 2009 and 2010, but moving to the Heat made him villain number one. And so despite having better stats than Derrick Rose in nearly every category, and having similar records, Rose won, becoming the youngest MVP in NBA history. But this one's not terrible. Not as terrible as what was happening to Giannis in 2020. Before the NBA bubble, Giannis was dominating the league, 29.6 points and 13.7 rebounds a game with 5.8 assists in only 30.9 minutes a game. He was almost averaging as many points as minutes a game, with the highest PER in the league, highest plus minus in the league, the best defensive player in the league, which he won Defensive Player of the Year for, and the Bucks with the best record in the NBA. But people were tired of Giannis being at the top, without even succeeding in the playoffs, and so there was another narrative, another player. Enter LeBron James. Even though the Lakers weren't as good, even though LeBron was 9th in PER and his teammate Anthony Davis was 4th, even though MVPs couldn't happen if they were playing with another MVP level player, the agenda for LeBron was pushed because he was averaging a career high in assists. Yup, LeBron, despite playing with Anthony Davis, who himself was averaging 26 points per game and was in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation, yeah, LeBron was getting called MVP.
You get better with age, that's what it says.
This all gets compounded by the fact that Giannis is from Greece. He's an international player, and so conventional media fails to give him his credit, which I've already covered in multiple videos, and it's just bad. The question with Giannis was always the playoffs, and even with that, we saw progression. Year by year, figuring out the wall, physical perimeter defenders, big men, all that to average 30.7 points, including 35 points per game in the finals last year, and be dominant defensively, have some of the best defensive plays in NBA Finals history. That gave him the respect that he deserved for a long time coming, but still not the respect that he deserves right now. I understand that stats have become inflated. I understand that records are being broken constantly now, but we should take everything else into context. We don't even need to compare raw stats. There are only 3 players in NBA history to win MVP, DPOY, and Finals MVP. He is the first player in NBA history to finish top 20 in 5 major stat categories. Giannis, relative to his peers, simply put, is dominant, above and beyond.
武器の貯蔵は十分か。
思いやがったな、雑種。
And I haven't mentioned this enough, he has just turned 27 years old. He is now entering his prime. 2-time MVP despite the odds being stacked against him, a Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP, and he's 27? Oh yeah, and without a jump shot. But we're used to him dunking on people, making the craziest blocks, handling the ball at 6'11", post fadeaway, Eurostepping. We've truly become desensitized. Not to mention that Giannis also has a lot of intangibles. He's a leader on and off the court. He demands the ball in the clutch. He's willing to take on the toughest defensive assignment. He works hard. All of this, and we still are not giving him his flowers? I'm not saying that we need to think that Giannis is MVP, but we need to acknowledge what he is doing is not just an everyday occurrence. The hype Ja is getting right now is great, nothing against that. I've made videos on why Ja is so good, man is amazing. But all of that is without any accolades, without the best achievements in the sport. Imagine if Ja Morant had a few MVPs, was doing what Giannis is doing. We would never hear the end of it. So why do we not hear what Giannis is doing right now? It's on us to speak up. So the type of stuff that Stephen A. Smith is saying doesn't actually become the popular belief. But what do you think? Who's the MVP this year? I'm gonna stream tonight on the gaming channel. Come with your hot takes. The all-day notification shout goes to a day one. She's been here since the beginning, showing all the support, Maria Jo, who's just hoping that Curry gets out of his slump soon. Thanks for the all-day support. And if you're still here, you'll really want to comment It Factor so I know. Drop a like if you like the video, and subscribe, turn noise on if you really like the video. It really helps the channel out and lets me know that you like these videos. It's your boy MJ. We out, and we vibe.